Welcome you all, dear students. During this class, we will study about energy stored in a capacitor. Here it is. We are supposed to calculate energy expression or energy stored in a capacitor. So here it is. If you look at what happens first of all, if we connect this capacitor with positive and negative terminal of the battery, these pairs, and from here our story will begin. So initially, when just now the capacitor's plates are connected with the terminal of the battery. There are no charges on the plates. Then the potential will be zero on the plates. As soon as we increase the potential, the current starts flowing. And when the current starts flowing, the charges on the plates increases. This increases the potential across the plates. So a time will be there when the maximum charges are deposited on the plate. And if you measure the potential of these plates across the plate, that will be of the same value that is equal to the potential of the battery. So this is the time where it is said that capacitor is fully charged. So at that time when the charges are stored, basically they are carrying some energy. That type of energy is electric potential energy. And this is the amount of energy stored in the capacitor. So let's start from the starting. Begin with the starting. Let us consider an uncharged capacitor connected to a battery. The potential difference between the plate is zero initially because there are no charges on the plate. That's why the potential difference is zero. After some times, when plus Q and minus Q charges are deposited on the plates, it happens when there are plus charges in one of the plate, electrostatic process of induction takes place, due to which both the plates are carrying opposite charges. This plate is carrying plus, this one plate is carrying minus charges. So inner side of this plate is carrying minus charge. So here it is. Plus Q and minus Q charges are deposited on the plates. Of the potential difference between the plates becomes V. Now due to the presence of these charges, after a certain time, there will be a potential difference. Now, the average potential difference in the capacitor during the charging process is V divided by 2. How it is V divided by 2? Because at the starting it was 0. Then it have achieved the value of the V when it is fully charged, and the average will be divided by the 2. So that's why it is equal to V divided by 2. So this is the average potential between the plates. So thus the energy stored by the capacitor is, this is the formula used to calculate energy. This is basically charge stored multiplied by average potential. We have already done this formula, and this is equal to U, that is potential energy, that is half QV. Q is the charge, half is the average, half 1 by 2V average potential. Here is Q, and this Q is equal to CV. It is calculated in terms of, in case of capacitors, Q is equal to CV. Put the value of CV in this formula, you will be getting, because this Q is calculated by using this formula. How it was calculated? It was calculated like V, that is equal to W or U divided by Q, and U is equal to, this was Q naught, and this U is equal to VQ naught. So from here, this energy concept is taken, and we have already calculated this formula during our earlier classes with the detail. So if you put the value in equation 1, this one is equation 1, here it is. This is the expression for energy which can be written as U is equal to 1 by 2 CV square. C, you have placed the value of Q here and it is CV and V is multiplied with V, so that's why it becomes V square. From this formula, if you look at this, U is basically directly proportional to V square because 1 by 2 is a constant number and C is also constant capacitance of a capacitor. So this energy stored or the potential energy is directly proportional to potential difference. And if you look at this, V is basically equal to Q divided by C. So if you put the value of here in this formula, the value of the V, then you will be getting that Q square divided by C square. Why? Because it's the square of the C. So one C is cancelled with this one. And finally, the formula which you will be getting for the potential energy, that is 1 by 2 Q square divided by C. This is up to this. You have calculated potential difference with the help of capacitance and the charges stored. If at this stage you are asked to calculate the energy stored, you will be given amount of the charges and the capacitance of the capacitor, and then you will be asked to calculate how much potential energy is stored across the plates of a capacitor. So if you look at here we are, we have calculated potential energy, electric potential energy, and then we will see another portion of this energy when there is a medium between the two charges. Here we are. We have calculated potential energy up to this point. That is U that is equal to 1 by 2 Q square divided by C. So here we have calculated potential energy and it is directly proportional to the potential applied. And if you look at now, it is also possible to regard the energy as being stored in electric field between the plates rather than potential energy. So we are considering this energy as instead of potential energy, we are considering it as a electrical energy stored, electric field between the two plates. So it is basically calculated by using this formula V is equal to ED, and we have already calculated this concept of calculation of electric potential, that is the electric field itself, and the separation between the two plates, that's V. So if you look at this one is C that is equal to, we have already done it, that was equal to epsilon naught, and this is epsilon R A divided by B. A is area and D is the distance between the two plates. So if you put the value of C in the last equation which we have done, that is 3, it was U that is equal to 1 over 2 CED square. So here is the C. If you put correct it now, it will be epsilon naught and it will be epsilon naught. And when you will be putting value, you will be getting this amount of energy. Here it is. If you further simplify, that is epsilon naught. Again, it is epsilon R and A E square D. And after putting the values, here it is epsilon naught and here it is epsilon R E square AD, where AD is the volume between the capacitors and U denotes the energy density, that is the energy contained in a unit volume of the field. So from this, what we have seen, we have uh, placed the value of equation 5 and 6 in equation number 3. So after putting in equation number 3, we are getting this one. So this is the value of V and this is the equation of C. So if you move back in 3, here it is. You have placed the value of C as well as you have placed the value of V in this formula, and basically you are using the medium dielectric medium between the two plates. So you know with the increase of the dielectric, the capacitance of the capacitor increases. So that's why we are calculating potential energy or the electrical potential energy at that time when we have introduced the dielectric between the two plates, and finally we are getting U is equal to 1 by 2 epsilon naught epsilon r E square. So here it is. This is epsilon naught E square AD, and this AD is area into this distance, and this will be equal to volume. So the capacitor plate between the capacitor plate. Let U denotes the energy density in the energy contains the unit volume of the field. So here it is. If you put the values of energy per volume, that is equal to basically this one, and this is equal to epsilon naught, and it is equal to epsilon r E square, and this when we divide with volume, uh, U directly proportional to E square. Thus, the energy stored per unit volume is directly proportional to the square of the electric intensity between the two plates. So here it is. It means more is the electric intensity, means more is the field strength, which means more amount of energy, electrical energy will be stored on the plates. So with this, we have calculated how much amount of energy is stored in case of the capacitor. If you start from this one, we have used the formula to calculate energy, and after using this formula for calculation of energy, we have just only used the concept of the capacitor. Q is equal to Cv, and we have placed the value of Cv in this formula. It becomes 1 by 2 Cv square. And if you look at this, potential energy is directly proportional to the square of the potential. More potential means more energy is stored on the plates. Why? Because potential increases or decreases with the amount of the charges stored on the plate. So more charges is stored mean more potential energy. Then we move ahead to find out the this potential energy into electrical potential energy, that is V is equal to ED, and this capacitance in case of dielectric between the two plates. This is the formula used. We have these two. We have placed 5 and 6 in equation number 3, which is the formula to calculate the energy. And after putting the values and getting it simplified, at the end, we are reaching up to the conclusion that this amount of energy is directly proportional to square of the intensity, electric intensity between the plates. More the charges, more electric intensity. More the charges means more energy is stored in the plates. So with this, I hope you people have understood. Thank you very much for your attention.